Queen.
Woo! What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom. We put the real in reality or whatever. Period.
We do what? We put the real in what?
Rachel Riley,
bitch, because you come for the queen, you will get beheaded, bitch.
You just might get beheaded, bitch.
You
come for the queen, you might get beheaded.
If you come for the queen, you might get beheaded. If you come for the queen, you might get beheaded.
If you come for the queen, you might get beheaded. If you come for Rachel Riley, you might get beheaded. If you coming for Brendan, you might get beheaded. If you coming for Adore, you might get beheaded. If you coming for Amy, you might get beheaded. If you coming for Ashley, you might get beheaded. If you coming for Mickey, you might get beheaded. If you coming for Jimmy, you might get beheaded. If you coming for Amy, you might get beheaded. If you coming for
you might get beheaded. You might get beheaded.
You might get beheaded.
You might get beheaded. Get beheaded. You might get beheaded.
Anyways, what's up, y'all? We're here to talk the eviction episode and break down all the tea that went into why Zay went home.
Got the fuck up out of here, bitch.
Got the fuck up out. Got beheaded.
Shout out to motherfucking Rachel. Is this how it feels? Is this how it feels to stand the queen live? Because, bitch, I've never been here. The way she told that man, if you come for the queen, you will get beheaded. And
you will
what the
get
fuck
beheaded
happened tonight? That nigga head on the floor.
On the ground.
In the ditch somewhere, bitch.
Found on stage with Julie. Okay.
Someone said, but beheaded fragments.
Beheaded fragments. Very much so that. It's bad for Zay. And there was a whole argument leading up to it. Girl, they showed the argument on the TV. Now, this is what I want to say. The argument on the feeds, way longer than the argument on the TV, baby. That TV argument was five
They
seconds.
helped them out. Because no shade, I watched the argument semi-live. Both of them was flopping, okay?
They wasn't doing that good.
Rachel had her scripted reads. She was stumbling over them. And then Zay, he didn't have no scripted reads, but the reads were not good, okay?
He wasn't really reading.
Zay talks like a toddler with too much spit in their mouth. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh my God.
It's very much like, yeah, guys, because we gotta go.
He has a speech
we gotta go to the store, and we gotta.
He does that though. I don't know if that's confirmed.
Oh, girl, I don't want to make fun of nobody.
But no, he do talk with a lot of tongue. But also, she was calling him a child because the way she was claiming he was acting. This is what I will say: if you only watch the episodes, or if you don't keep up with the feeds, I actually did a live recap of that situation for our occasionally recaps, where we go live and we talk about big feet moments. Literally at 2 in the morning, I went live and I posted clips of that argument that were not on that episode. So if you only seen the episode, go watch that video and see the rest of the clips, because there's clips of that argument. Okay, get into that tea. Okay, shout out to Zay in the chat.
Making it rain. They be making it rain. Ooh, Zay.
Not Zay. Zay manifested Zay's eviction. Oh, okay. You not loyal to your name. As soon as I heard we share a nickname, absolutely not.
I know that's right.
Hashtag
the real
Zay.
We don't know Zay with an E. We only know Zay with a Y.
We only know Zay with a Y. Because Zay with a Y would never come for the queen.
The fact that they showed that fight already, bitch, that happened last night at 12 in the morning.
It was literally like 1 in the morning.
It shows me that producers can get their ass up and start editing when they need to start editing. Okay, they just don't want to do it, baby, because y'all put that in too motherfucking quick. Okay, they slid in that real quick. I live for the fight. I don't care. Rachel Riley is a key regardless. Okay, Rachel Riley is the only person I know who can get ate up in a fight and still win it. Okay, she's the only person I know. Like, she's such an icon. Like, I need them to rig this season like they've never rigged before, because they're trying to come for Rachel Riley, and I need my sister to be safe. When we come back from Fish,
she's gonna be HOH. Rachel Riley is going to be the next HOH easily. She was the second HOH on her season 2, Danielle. Okay, she will be the second
on my season 2, Danielle.
Let her know. But let's talk about these votes real quick, because I kind of want to call some of the girls out. I want to call some of the girls out.
Because I'm not calling Will out. I'm not calling Will out.
Will not the problem.
Okay.
Will not to. Oh no, defend your man. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say Captain Will not the problem. I support Captain Will's wrongs. Okay, he had to vote with his boy. I'm gonna let Captain Will do what he got to do because that's my winner.
I'll allow it from Will. If Will caused something to happen, which he could have, that's when I would have been a little bit upset. But in his defense, he actually has a relationship with Zay. So I'll let him slide and move forward. We're not gonna come for the king.
As long as he get loyal to Mickey,
if we come for the king.
So as long as he wrote right when if Mickey on the block, that's all I give a damn.
That's all that matters.
That's where that vote better be locked in, sir.
But I do want to discuss. Firstly, on the screen, on the left we have the people who saved Amy. On the right we have the people who saved Zay, and then Vince didn't get to vote because he's the HOH. I do want to discuss Riley and Lauren specifically because I'm just gonna have to shade them for lack of better terms. Riley and Lauren both wanted Zay to stay. They are advocating in their minds because they're not really doing much outside of that, but in their minds they're upset Zay went home. They were crying. Riley was tearing up. Zach was what was Zach doing? Why was he calm down, King?
Girl.
Love you, but why were you crying?
I was like just died? There's no way you're really this upset. Be fucking for real.
Like they were close, but watching the feeds, he wasn't just buddy with Zay every single. I've seen closer relationships week one than Zach and Zay, for Zach to be crying boo-hooing. I was like, calm down, King. But this is my problem with Riley and Lauren, because although I wanted Zay to go home, I'm so glad they did what they did. It kind of bothers me how passive they are, because all week both of them are claiming how badly they want Zay to stay, and Riley's sad that he went and all of this. But if they would have just voted, if they would have just stood on business like Adrian did, like Zach did, Keanu and Kelly did, then Zay would have stayed.
Yeah, because Vince would have broke the tiebreaker.
Vince could have easily broke the tie, and I think maybe Vince wouldn't have stood on business. But that's the problem. The reason Amy stayed, and this is what we can get into the actual eviction breakdown.
Yeah.
Specifically, why Zay didn't win this vote is because the people on Amy's side most of the people on Amy's side are very strong-willed in the terms of what they want, including Ava, including Catherine. Every single person on Amy's side said they were saving Amy, except Ashley, said they were saving Amy and stood on saving Amy. And every time they had a conversation, they consistently said they were saving Amy, every single one of them, when they decided it, because it took some people different amounts of times. But once they did, it was always save Amy. On the Zay side, almost everyone except Adrian and Kelly, except Adrian, Kelly, and Keanu, they were locked in. Zach, Will, Lauren, and Riley, they never stood on business. Yeah. They were, well, what are you doing? Even Vince, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Well, what are we doing? What could we do? Can we count the votes? Riley didn't even talk about the votes at all. It didn't seem like. Lauren's always asking to count the votes. Will wanted Amy to say, and he wanted Zay to say. He kind of didn't really care, so he don't even count. Zach didn't say anything. Zach, where were you?
Very, very passive players. Like when Zach was told that he didn't have the votes, and we didn't see Zach try to push as much. Now I didn't get to see it, but I heard that when the bond was formed, there was a slight push towards Ava and Will. That push worked on Will. It didn't work on Ava because Ava is such a strong-willed person. It's unfortunate because while this was how the vote layout is, this isn't how the split is. If you don't know, there is a formed alliance now when it comes to Adrian's in it, Zach is in it, Will is there, Lauren, Ava.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a lot going on. Ooh, there's a lot going on, but it's on the right.
You confuse me. It's Will, Ava, Vince, Lauren, Zach, and Adrian in this new alliance called the Bond. So that's really, I think, the only real alliance in the game as of right now. We haven't seen them necessarily work as an alliance. It seemed like at first it was only to get their vote on their side, but now they have a named group. I feel like this is more real than even the heavy hitters at this point.
I agree. This group on the right, it's in the green, the Bond. They are the most recent. First of all, they're the freshest alliance going into the HOH, and that's really important, I feel. And then on top of that, like you said, it seems real. Ava and Will have discussed this round, we're going to vote how we're going to vote, and moving forward, we're going to vote with the alliance. You know, Lauren has formed a final two kind of with Vince with the alliance. She's really close with Zach within the alliance. Ava and Will are really close. This is a kind of two groups of three, because in a way, Ava, Will, and Adrian are kind of close, and then in the other way, Vince, Lauren, and Zach are kind of close, and the six of them are kind of bonded together with the Bond. And I feel like they could be a consistent alliance. But this is the thing. The only reason I might it might not continue is if they all throw HOH because Vince isn't playing, and Will, Ava, Adrian, and Lauren don't really seem like they want to win. Zach would have to win for this to kind of.
But who's Zach gonna put up if he wins?
And Zach shouldn't win because if he wins, he's in a lot of. Zach is one of the only people whose faces is duplicated on this screen because he's in so much different alliances that I had to duplicate his face. So I feel like he is kind of a. Right, like
he's gonna go ahead and end the Burgers Boy. I feel like you putting the heavy hitters and the Burger Boys on here is just child.
And I just put. Mind you, they were on the episode. They showed it on the episode. They're here, but that thing Burger Boys is over because Zay is gone. Like Zay is gone.
What would you say are the set alliances? So we have the Mom Squad, which is Amy, Ashley, and Rachel. We have the Triple Threat, which is Morgan, Jimmy, and Mickey. We already talked about the Bond, which is Will, Ava, Vince, Lauren, Zach, and Adrian. Now, I would assume after this vote, the Mom Squad and Triple Threat should
a block
become a 6-person group.
Exactly.
They either need to solidify in the fact of it with a whole name, or they need to at least be like, we have each other. But I feel like all of their interests align, so that's what that's going to be. What they need to start focusing on is pulling in Catherine.
Yeah,
Catherine 100%. Needs to be a solidified 7th member of this group, whatever the fuck it is. Because also, she low-key controls Riley. Riley, I think, he literally said he would give up his game and the $750,000 to be with Catherine. So they 100%. Need to lock Catherine in, but my fear is they're kind of complacent. Like, they're strong-willed, they know what they want, but as far as scrambling for numbers, we didn't see them do that much. So I'm like, my fear is that, are y'all not going to lock something in? Because the boys are locking in this Bond thing, which is keeping now Ava away from y'all. Ava should have been in y'all alliance as well, but that didn't happen. So I'm just like, where is this going to go? I'm really hoping no one in the Bond wins because I don't want that to be something very solidified. I need someone in this Mom Squad / Triple Threat to win to keep that momentum going, because I'm scared that if someone like the Bond or just the general men in the Burger Boys were to win, it would keep this narrative going of like the boys kind of versus the girls.
Right.
I don't know. I don't necessarily want that broken up. I more so just want the girls to eat it up, and not go home because they have my faves. But I don't want the boys to win and kind of like gain more traction because they're already slightly eating them up while creating the Bond alliance. Because there's 4 men in that group who are supposed to be working with the other side, but child. They're not doing
and they're close. They're close with Riley, and they are close with Catherine. Lauren and Catherine have been close. Zach and Catherine are close. So if the Bond wins, Catherine and Riley will be incentivized to kind of work more with them. And then if the Mom Squad wins, then it's different. I think it's dependent on who wins HOH. If someone in the Mom Squad wins HOH, they're probably going to form a 6-person alliance with each other. They're probably going to form a 6 with the Triple Threat and the Mom Squad, because that's what usually happens in Big Brother. There's a bunch of stuff week 1 that you don't know where it's going to go. Depending on who wins week 2, HOH, and what they want to prioritize is what gets prioritized. I think the heavy hitters and the Burger Boys are going to be disbanded. It's either going to be this new alliance of the Triple Threat plus Mom Squad winning the next HOH, or someone in the Bond winning next HOH. The positive is the same reason the vote saved Amy is the same reason I feel like one of the Mom Squad or Triple Threat will win HOH, because the Bond is passive. Will, Ava, Lauren, Adrian aren't going to, and even Riley, who has connections to them, they aren't going to want to win HOH, even more so than I feel like the Mom Squad or Triple Threat. The only outliers is Keanu and Kelly, because Keanu and Kelly are leaning towards the group of the Bond. So it's like they could have a lot of numbers.
Exactly.
Especially if Keanu or Kelly win the HOH, they're going to do whatever they want. And then they're going to move forward.
That's why I'm scared. That's why I don't want the boys to get it, because the boys have the Bond thing. They have the Burger Boys, and they have Keanu and Kelly.
Yep.
They have so many like conglomerates, and the girls are not as intertwined like that.
Exactly.
So I want the girls to win so they can probably like just sink their teeth in a little bit more, because I fear that it is moving towards a point to where that entire side could be wiped out if they don't win competitions, because they're not really working, I think, cohesively. Like they kind of work together on this vote, but there's no cohesion there, and that's what's scaring me.
Very much so. It'll be very interesting to see. It really depends on who wins HOH. Be on the lookout.
Apparently, the Bond said they're gunning for it. Well, that's going to be interesting because the only one that I can see who can put up people without pissing people off is Adrian.
Yeah, I think Adrian will actually go for it. I think Zach will actually go for it. I think Will lied when he said that. I kind of think Lauren probably lied when she said that as well. I don't think Lauren and Will actually want to win HOH based on how they play. The fact that Lauren did not even vote to save Zay, to me, tells me that she doesn't want to win HOH probably. You know what I mean? But we're going to have to see when the feeds come back on. I would highly recommend, if you guys don't have your notifications on, to put them on, because we do give occasionally recaps of the live feeds, updates that are like very kind of short, 15-minute quick updates of what's happening throughout the game, because they do not be showing that shit on the episodes and you could miss something. So I would definitely recommend that. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Why else did Zay go home? Why else do you feel like Zay went home?
Well, what really fucked him up was when he got accused of being the accomplice. A lot of people kind of already started that mistrust with him. That led to Vince nominating him because he kind of needed an easy out. And then essentially from there, the girls kind of latched on to him being a big threat. You know, he's a bro, like the boys kind of forming together, becoming this like bro type of alliance and group really caused the girls to be like, well, they can go home because it weakens the boys, you know? Like, I feel like it was kind of collateral in a way. Like, he went up because it was easy for Vince, and he got sent home because the girls was like, well, you're a boy, you're on the block, you can go home.
And y'all are clicking up. I really think that's what it was. It was because week one is so simple. It was a lot of factors. Because also, you could also say because Ashley won veto, he had to go. Like, Ashley was the target. So it's like Ashley being nominated would have took a vote away from the Mom Squad, and Ashley and Amy would have been the votes would have been way weaker. So many things went into it, but I do think it's because he was clicking with the boys. The girls felt a little threatened and was like, hold up, not y'all boys coming here. And it really, it activated this kind of energy of anti-boy, because even Jimmy at first wanted Zay to stay, but then he was like, well, those are the boys over there, so Zay can go. It really became something different than what it is. This boys versus girls split, I feel like really, really led to that for sure. And then now Zay's out.
Someone said it was karma for him saying a slur. I know production is happy as fuck that he's out. Production is happy as hell that this man left, because they like, we do not have to deal with his problematic ass, because the TMZ article already came out.
The TMZ article did come out. If you don't watch the feeds, Zay did utter the R slur, and he did make the comment that that was one of the slurs he was working on not saying, of the many that he says. So there's that. And that is probably why they are happy he left. But yes,
also, that argument, they're saying that argument is another big reason for sure. I think it made people like Lauren basically get scared, basically. And that's my issue with like Lauren, Vince, the people in the bond. You know, Adrian is so reserved. Zach doesn't seem as active as he needs to be. Vince and Lauren, they're like scared little birds. Like, they don't want to do anything to piss off the house. Like, Lauren herself is only voted that way because she was scared of the girls. She wanted Kelly to stay, and even versus Kelly, she was gonna send Kelly home. And it's like, because you're scared, that's not the game you want to play. Ava was like, yeah, I'm in this alliance, and I know y'all want me to do this one thing, but I'm gonna do the other because that's what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to stand by what I want to do. And Ava took that, and she was like, well, what we can do is stay on the girl's side by voting their way, and then also have this group. Ava was thinking in different areas. Lauren is just like, I'm scared.
And that's the issue. The real issue with that is, people, you don't win Big Brother like that. Even down to when you think of the bad Big Brother players, they're bad and active. Josh Martinez, he gets active. Rachel Riley, she gets active. Evil Dick, he gets active. You don't win being the
now hold on,
bad player. What's T?
Did
I say somebody?
Yes.
Anyways, you don't be a bad winner and win being a passive ass player. You have to be an active player. I've never seen that archetype win. Every winner is active in some sense of the word. And what it feels like is like, Lauren, you'll never win this game. If you're going to play like this forever, the entire season, you'll never win because you're too passive. You have no reason to go against what you wanted. And that's the thing. She placed herself on this side, and then she didn't even stand on it. Why make relationships with Zay and Zach and all of that, and then fuck up the chance for y'all to actually have the numbers? Because once again, y'all literally had the numbers.
Someone said even Jordan was passive. I feel like Jordan was passive, but she had a little feisty.
Jordan was not. I wouldn't even say Jordan was passive.
Ran up on Lydia. That wasn't no passive girl when she ran up on Lydia.
Jordan was not passive because Jordan week 1 literally rallied all the votes to save that racist man against Shima. It was literally just Jordan. Lauren didn't do that at all. That's when I mean passive. I mean someone. Jordan chose a side. She went to Lydia, Kevin, and then she went to all the white people who was racist and said, y'all, let's form a group and let's build a group to get the numbers. That was Jordan. Jordan was the only reason that first vote was that close, period. Although Jordan didn't continue to play in the most active way, that was a split season. She chose a side and she stuck to her side and moved forward. I wouldn't say Jordan was passive. I would say Jordan just isn't that strategic, but she's not passive. Casey is passive socially and strategically, but she won a lot of comps. If Lauren can comp beast her way out, I see that. But winning comps is an active part of the game. Lauren needs to be active in some part of the game if she wants to win, whether it's comps, whether it's pulling up a vote, whether it's being strategic or being so. She's not even socially active. She sits in the corner all day. Do something, and it's no shade to her. I actually like her. I actually do like her.
I was going to say that too. I enjoy her presence in the game. I also get a sense that if Lauren is going to win, it's going to be a Nicole Franzel and Jordan Lloyd type trajectory. Mm-hmm. I can see that because the way all of this messiness is going down, we kind of talked about it on the phone. A lot of the Bond alliance could be in game. I can see Will, Ava, Lauren, Adrian in the in game. I can. And if Lauren is in a position to where she has some sort of respect from people in the jury, she could win. Now, I think that's the biggest factor. Will Lauren get any respect playing the game that she's playing? And so far, I would say it's a no.
Right, exactly. So we'll see. Y'all ask some questions in the chat. I do want to pull up an image and we can talk about this this competition. Okay, let's get into it. Lee, the AI Arena, the blockbuster. This was kind of gaggy. What did you think of, what's that girl name? Kelly winning the blockbuster, baby. Were you gagged? Was it giving Donna? Was it giving Donna because she kind of went up to the podium?
This is what I would say. Okay. In the TRK after show, check it out. Pharaoh's first after show. I was his guest. Mm-hmm. You asked who is the main character, and I said Kelly gives main character energy because Kelly is running around this house like a chicken with her head cut off, and then in the BB Blockbuster, she picked up the answer with only one word revealed. She may have guessed, but even that is gaggy in itself.
Okay? Very gaggy.
She placed it down. Junie B said.
She did.
She had this mug on her face. I said, "Damn, bitch, damn."
Literally. Damn. But this is my thing, Lee. What was the what I knew two of the words. The word I didn't know, the one on the left. What the heck? Because the word in the middle is with, and the word on the right is emerald. That says emeralds. So it's with emeralds, right? What the heck is the word on the left? Somebody in the chat, please let me know. Because what she was wearing was a tiara or a crown. So how does that word spell tiara or crown? It's ALTES are the letters. How does that spell tiara? Still the emeralds. And the emeralds were still what emeralds? Because this middle word is not the. It would say, steel crown with emeralds. There was a fourth. Was there a fourth one?
Is it STAL?
STEAL, steel. Steel crown was so the first word is STEAL. The middle word is WITH with.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding because why would steel be one of the words?
It's spelling a sentence. It's spelling a sentence.
Maybe I didn't get the rules correct.
The rules were the words are going to spell a sentence. That sentence will tell you what you need to do.
Steel with emeralds is not a sentence.
Exactly. People are saying there's a fourth. I guess there was a fourth one that says crown. I don't get it. I don't get it. Was there a fourth screen or not?
They said crown is next to with.
No. Oh, on the same picture.
Maybe
yes, those are those words floating around. That's a W floating around, an O floating around. Yes.
Still crowned with emeralds.
Yes. So
I didn't know the words floating around. So she saw crown and with.
She probably didn't see crown because that's floating around way too fast. She probably saw with and emeralds, if anything. I don't know what she saw.
All I know is she low-key ate it up. And I have to give her ones. Like, no shade. If we were to get a Kelly HOH, I wouldn't be too mad because this girl is cracked as fuck. And I would
be bothered. I would be
bothered.
She's a character. I think
I want to see it though.
I think it would be hilarious.
I would like to see an HOH on her.
I think it would be hilarious. I think give her some time. Win it later on. Don't win it right now. Right now, I'm gonna be pissed if she wins. I'm gonna be very pissed.
They said you want Rachel to go home. Well, I don't think Rachel will go home.
Rachel will not go home. But we're not even gonna talk about this anymore because she's not winning. Let's wrap that up. She's not winning the HOH. Rachel Riley is winning the HOH, and we're gonna move forward with that. Okay. If y'all did y'all have questions? I see one. Somebody mentioned what was the mastermind scene about? Girl, that secret that man with that mask hovering over them while they were sleeping.
Yeah, I guess that's just going to be a twist throughout the season because Julie mentioned what else does the mastermind have kicking up in her preview. So I'm assuming he's going to continuously drop little things throughout. I don't think it's going to be like any major like game changing thing, but it could be. You never know.
Exactly. I don't know. They did show him moving around the what is it called? The house, and then they showed him open that frame and touch on that. I guess it was a vase. What? Not a vase. A safe. He touched on the safe as if something was in there. I would assume a power is in there. You know what I mean? Like I would assume there was actually a power that someone can get later in the season. Maybe I don't know if it'll be later in the season, if it'll be next week, if it'll be when jury starts. But I think in the safe is a power because something has to be in there. They're not just showing us the safe because nothing's in there. So I feel like maybe that's what it's in. I don't know. We're gonna have to see though. Amorosa says, who exactly will be y'all preferred next HOH? Rachel, because
anybody on the girl side.
Not anybody. Ashley will put up Amy and Rachel.
I don't trust Ashley with an HOH.
Not Ashley now. Let me pull back up the actual pictures of all of them because who specifically? Anyone on the girl side except Ashley. Actually,
I would love a Jimmy HOH specifically. Rachel would be fun. Amy would be gaggy because no one thinks she can win shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ava could be fun.
Ava's kind of in the crown. I wouldn't necessarily put her here. She's kind of in the crown.
No, I know, but I'm just saying Ava would be a fun HOH.
Ava would be a really fun HOH. I wouldn't mind any woman.
Morgan could be. We could see Morgan's crash out if she's HOH.
We could.
There's something about Morgan Gibbs. She's
HOH-itis. She's HOH-itis down. She's Bailey dating. She's Bailey dating if she's HOH for sure. Screaming, snapping, all of that. But I prefer it just be Rachel, like literally Rachel, because Rachel will put up probably even Zach. Honest, Rachel don't give a damn. Rachel will put up 3 men who she don't like and move forward. I think that would be very, very interesting. So yes. Let's do this later. What vote made y'all the most scared when they were going and voting? Will. When Will didn't vote with them, I was like, oop. But Riley Riley had already voted, so I was kind of cool with it. But
once Riley voted right, I would say Riley is the one that scared me the most. But once Riley voted correctly, I was like, oh well, he's definitely going home.
Yeah. It was over when Riley voted, and they had him so early. They shouldn't have did his vote so early. They should have kept it ambiguous. But I knew Amy was staying when Riley voted for Amy to stay. I was like, okay, we're good. We're moving forward for sure. But yes, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much danger do we think Ashley is in next week? Hopefully 10. Send her home. Let me stop.
What?
She's been bothering me, but she's fine. She's on cold. She's doing better.
I don't want her to go home. That's what she's on cold. She's doing what she need to do. Well, get off her neck, bitch.
Well, they asked the question. If a boy wins HOH, I think she's in the second most danger. I think
she will get nominated. At the end of the day, I don't know. Well, it depends though, because are y'all going to nominate someone who's going to get pulled off? Wouldn't you want your nominations to stay the same? That's why it's gonna be so hard. Like Zach is intertwined with the girls. I'm gonna say Aze. Will is intertwined with the girls, and Keanu even
no
has
one else,
allegiances.
no one else wants to really win. Honestly,
a lot of people don't want to win. I can't really recall who specifically doesn't want to win, but a few people said they want to throw it. So it's like I think there's a lot of people overlapping when it comes to alliances that can make it interesting, regardless of who wins. That's why it's so much more difficult that we have 3 nominees.
Yeah, I think Kelly and Keanu are the only people who would actually fully nom Ashley, Amy, and Rachel. I think anyone else would avoid exactly putting the 3 of them. Zach might nom Keanu, honestly, instead, because he doesn't really no one likes Keanu that much. So some of the boys, or some of the crown might nom Keanu if they win HOH, because they're not working with Keanu that much and no one likes him. But I think Keanu and Kelly will actually fully nom Amy, Rachel, and Ashley. So in my opinion, Keanu and Kelly are the scariest HOHs for me in terms of them not going up. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Do you think there will be another accomplice, or will it still be Amy? Girl, that was a week 1 thing. You know they do random stuff. It was Sabbath.
I don't know. The way they still have this mastermind walking around, I feel like anything could happen. Remember they randomly did the AI instigator. They could randomly do another accomplice for some strange reason.
That's true. I don't think it'll, because even her being an accomplice, I think, you know what? Maybe they could. If they were to do it again, I think they would change who it is. I don't think they would keep it as Amy. They would have us vote, like how we voted Tucker for the AI, whatever the fuck it was, instigator. I think if they do another accomplice later, they will have us vote for the other accomplice, and then it'll be someone else. I don't think it'll be Amy again. Gemini asked the same question. Do you think Rachel and Amy would be better off without Ashley? No. I think they all just need to stick with each other. And it's kind of like each of them are buffers for each other. What you think? Do you disagree?
I agree. I didn't really have any thoughts on the question, honestly.
Okay. And then lastly, Pharaoh, are you going to do exit press for this season? Yes. So we do have exit press for the season. We will be able to submit one question to the evicted house guest. And me and Lee, we did talk, and we were kind of like, well, Kingdom, we would love to hear your suggestions on that question. So in the comments of this video, suggest us, what question would you want us to submit to ask Zay? And we'll choose one. We'll choose one of the questions you guys send in. Comment them below this video. You can try to add us on Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever, and we'll review them all. And then whoever sends a question that we feel like is best, then we will go ahead and ask Zay that question. And this will be up until, I believe, jury is what they're going to allow us to have exit press for. So we'll do this every eviction breakdown. We'll have you guys put in the comments and add us for the question you want us to ask them. And then we'll submit it. And hopefully it's one of the questions that are asked. Okay.
Look at some of the questions, child. They just in the chat saying anything. Are you a bottom?
Girl.
Have you considered changing your nickname?
Put them in the comments.
What other words would you use besides the R word?
I'm done with them.
Will he start an OnlyFans?
I'm so done with them. Stop it. But anyways, child. Yes. That's the tea on that. That's the gag on that. Any more thoughts on the episode, on H, anything?
No, the BB Blockbuster is really a successful thing. Julie confirmed in an interview that this is something that she wants to be. Well, this is something that is going to be a staple, like the veto in the HOH. I'm excited about that because it brings so much intrigue to what the vote is going to be. I mean, this entire week they were deciding on which scenario would they do to which scenario would be best for them. So instead of just focusing on one scenario, they have to focus on 3 different scenarios, and it makes it so much more interesting because the gameplay, it just enhances. It makes it so much more scrambling to go down. It's so many more like I think tension that arises because of it, and you also see who I feel like the main strategists are, because if you can kind of control this vote with so much chaos, it shows how much control you can have. Like Rachel and Morgan and Jimmy really put their foot down on this vote. And I think those were the three main ones who was going around. And Nikki did her thing as well, going around and trying to solidify these numbers. And I think it just shows how well they moved as a unit this week. You were able to take so much control with so much confusion and get those votes the way you needed to get those votes. Like, it was not a given that Amy was safe this week. And the work that they put in kept her safe. And it was still so much uncertainty until today. Even today, people were slightly unsure where they wanted to vote. And I just think the blockbuster causes so much more interesting dynamics that we need in Big Brother. Like, I love it so much. They cannot focus on next week because they're still worried about who's going to go home this week because they don't know. So I live for it. Like, even Kelly winning, no one expected Kelly to win the blockbuster. They were all saying, "Oh, like they
all knew it was a."
People in the new era. People in the new era need to realize that just because you're big and muscular doesn't mean anything. Cam was a god, built like a god last season, bitch. And he couldn't win anything. He won one veto, and it was the luck veto, where you can just throw it and hit anything. So it's like, just because you're muscular and you're a boy doesn't mean you can win comps anymore. We've now had the HOH and the blockbuster and the veto, and 2 women have won. Out of the three main competitions this first week, 2 women won. 2 women that people did not expect to win. Who had odds stacked against them won. So stop expecting, just because you have strong men on your side, that you're going to win. I bet my bottom dollar Zach won't win shit else this season. I can see Zach not winning anything else this season because it's like, it's not catered to that person anymore. Anybody can win.
And
so
honestly,
get to their head that anybody can win.
Them making that mistake of thinking that is what's causing the girls to have the capability to actually continue to stay in the game. They think, let's make an alliance with all the boys. Like, the Burger Boys being created in general is so silly because they're making it and they keep saying Amy's not going to win anything and it doesn't matter because these girls aren't. No, and that's why you look a fool and you're gone. That's why you got beheaded. And you're talking to Julie because you didn't understand the game. You don't understand what the game has evolved to. But also, they're not fans. They probably didn't even really pay attention to the evolution of the game and the fact that it used to be boys can just win anything, and now it's a totally equitable situation. Like, sir, who are you? So yeah, very, very embarrassing. Also, even in the episode, Rachel saying, I had 2 agendas this week. 1, saving Amy, and 2, making sure it's Zay that goes. It's like there's a level that she has to think about because there's 3 nominees in a blockbuster. So now she has to do multiple things at the same time. She got to save Amy and make sure Zay goes because she can't just do one or the other because the other might not happen. So it's very, very interesting. I love the blockbuster.
A lot of people were mad that it made a return, and I was shocked by that. I'm like, I thought we all loved the blockbuster. So when people were like upset about it, I'm like, when did this happen?
Right. I just don't want it to be. I never wanted Twist to be. I never wanted Twist to be the entire season, but maybe it will be. But yes, before we wrap it up, I do want to give a shout out to
the dog at the crib,
Corey Wertenberger, and the dogs at the crib. But shout out to Corey Wertenberger. Y'all, Corey Wertenberger is going live on Twitch stream. He's currently live on his Twitch stream. And he's actually raising money for the Trevor Project. Shout out to the Trevor Project. The Trevor Project is LGBTQ pro LGBTQ nonprofit organization. They specifically are focused on health lines and call lines and stuff like that. And laws have been put into place to remove LGBT call lines,
get it together,
lifelines, all of that. So yes, period. So all laws have been in place to remove all of that, and the Trevor Project focuses mainly on that. So he is actually raising money for that currently on Twitch. So after you hop off here, you can hop into his Twitch stream. His Twitch stream is actually in the description. If you want to click on his profile, click the link in the description. If you don't want to watch Corey Wertenberger, that's okay. Because the link to the Trevor Project's website is also in the description. If you would like to donate, you can go ahead and donate there. I'm going to donate. So yes, I love a good cause, baby. Okay. Amen. Yeah. Amen.
Activist Pharaoh.
Amen. Activist Corey. Shit, I know that's
Ally right. Corey, bitch.
Ally Corey.
Ally Wertenberger. Okay, what about the draft, sister?
Oh, I do have to drag you real quick. We did do a draft for this season, as we always do. Mm-hmm. And today, Zay went home. Zay was Lee's 4th pick in the draft. And Zay is now out of the game.
Hey,
Lee, how do you feel? How do you feel about choosing? let's start with Zay, and then we'll go through the rest. You chose Zay. Why did you choose Zay, and do you regret choosing him?
I do regret choosing him. He's an idiot. I regret choosing most of the people on my team at this point, girl. It's not looking good for me. I chose the pretty people, and they all suck. Damn near, bitch. Mickey, the only bitch that's holding me down right now because everyone else is trash. I don't know what I was thinking. It had to be the body and the big DSLs because nothing else.
It was given the eyes. The goggles was on.
The goggles
was on. But yeah, we could go through them real quick. You started off, and your first pick was Ashley. How do you feel about Ashley now, baby?
Girl, Ashley is in the clouds. She stressed me out so much this motherfucking week, going back and forth on this Zay vote. Girl, Zay don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, at all. Is Ashley winning the game?
Ashley not winning the game.
Okay. My first pick was Jimmy. Although Jimmy has had a good week strategically. He had a big input in this. He had a big input in saving Amy. I think he's a great player, and I'm glad I picked him just because he's a great player and he's unique. He's argumentative and good at the same time. Usually we only get one or the other, no shade. So I do like that, but I don't think Jimmy's winning the game at this point. I'm not confident that Jimmy is the winner of the game. Now you got Mickey. How do you feel about Mickey, and will Mickey win the game?
That's my sister. She's winning. My sister is winning. I've been on Mickey watch all week. Her conversations are tea. That's my sister. She's winning the game. I'm still standing by my Mickey pick.
No, Mickey was a good pick. Mickey's your only good pick.
No, not my only, but she's a good pick.
One of two.
One of three. One of 2.5. One of 3. Keep it cute, bitch. Keep it cute.
I just
keep it cute.
I have let me keep it cute. Let me say humble.
What's Vince doing?
Let me say humble. Vince is in every alliance, so that's good. But
girl,
he's not. Vince isn't winning the game. Vince is so passive. Vince is very passive. I don't expect Vince to win the game. He reminds me of. I don't even know who he reminds me of, but he does kind of remind me of maybe Joseph Rodriguez with that mustache. I don't know, just too pat. You're not doing anything. Remember Joseph? It was like, oh, you seem like you're cool week 1. And then week 2, he didn't do anything. Week 3, he didn't do anything. Week 4, he didn't do anything. Week 5, he didn't do anything. And he went home. No shade to Joseph. Love Joseph down. But that's what I get from Vince.
Shading this man.
I'm not trying to shade him. I'm just trying to compare it. That's what I get from Vince. You're not going to do anything after this. You are in a good position and you're going to sit there. We will see. But right now, Vince isn't winning.
Yeah, I think he'll become very passive. Yeah. But I don't think Joseph was that passive though, honestly. I think Joseph he had conversations throughout. I feel like Vince is the type of person where he gonna become a recluse and not talk to anybody.
We gonna see. I'm scared for him, but we'll see. You chose Keanu third.
Crash out. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought he was gonna be calm, cool, and collected, but it ain't giving that.
Yeah. I chose Morgan. Morgan, similar to Jimmy, she's actually a good player, but she just seems like she's gonna be targeted. She seems like she does a little bit too much. I think Morgan could still win though, depending on how the season plays out, depending who's in the end game, depending if she can win the last couple of comps. Morgan, in my mind, she won't win unless she starts winning the comps at the end game, but she could. I think she could. We don't know yet, but I think she could, and then she could actually win by winning the comps. But she just seems like she's gonna get targeted. I will say that. You chose Zay. We know how that went. I chose Will. Will is winning. Will is the winner. I ate with Will. He's doing great. He's going to continue to do great. No more thoughts. You chose Zach. How you feel about Zach?
I think Zach is in a really good position. I feel like if someone could win, Zach has a good chance. I think he's playing one of the better games. The only thing that scares me about Zach is what he said preseason about wanting to play like Tucker, wanting to play like Zach from BB16. I'm hoping that he was just lying and bullshitting, because if Zach continues to play the way he's playing, I could see a winner there.
Yeah, I could see a winner there too. Zach is doing good. He's just so... he said he was going to be doing too much like Tucker and them, but actually I kind of feel like he's doing enough strategically. I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to say that, but I'm worried that he needs to be consistently creating his narrative. The fact that he was crying that Zay went home meant that he was very close to Zay, which means you should have made sure Zay didn't go home, and he didn't do that. That's what I'm like, ooh, that scares me. Why is Zay going home? And that's your closest ally, and you had all the control in the house. Zach has the most control in the house, and one of his closest allies or his friends went home. That shouldn't have happened. That was weird. Catherine, she's a low key player. She's not in an alliance though. So I'm like, girl, I don't know what you're gonna do, but I think Catherine will be here a while. I guess she could win hypothetically, but I don't know. Ava, how you feel about Ava? I love Ava. Oh my God.
I like Ava. I think she's a really fun personality, and I think she's likable enough to get far. I don't know if she's gonna be a winner, but I like her a lot.
Yeah, I like her too.
And she also really came out of her shell when she got into this alliance. Like, you could tell she really understands the game to a level that could be really interesting.
I think Ava could do good. I'm very excited to see her progress. Adrian, I actually think Adrian could win because Adrian seems like he actually will pick up his strategy in the game as time goes on, unlike maybe like a Vince or something. Right now he's reserved. Right now he's not doing a lot, but I do think over time he can. And he's so different than his interview. So I'm like, Next you picked Lauren. How you feel Lauren right now?
She's slightly pissing me off a little bit, but at the end of the day, I do think that there is something about Lauren that intrigues me. Like, so I don't know, like it's not anything that she's necessarily doing, but I just have like this sense of like, I think it's the what is it? The psychic in me, the witch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The
You got the aura. It's the aura bit.
Yeah, like I'm an aura reader. And something about Lauren feels successful in this.
I see that. I do.
And I don't know what that's gonna take her. But I wouldn't be surprised if I won with Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that.
I have Amy. I don't think Amy's winning. Sorry. You got Riley.
And Riley, child, the thing about Riley is I think he's going to go far, but he's too passive. Like, I don't see him wanting to ever stand out and make big moves. And because he thinks that staying kind of under the radar is going to help him the most. Like, he doesn't want to show up to alliance meetings. He don't want to be associated with people who he feels is doing bad. That's why he voted with the girls, because he does not want to be on the other side of the vote that bad, you know? So I don't know. I don't know what he's going to give further down the line, but he doesn't give winner to me.
I also have Kelly. I did not choose Kelly, but I ended up with Kelly, and shit, she stayed. It's given she could win some more comps. It's given she could make it farther, but Kelly not winning. So there's that. Oh, and the Kingdom has Rachel. Kingdom, chat. How y'all feeling about how y'all have Rachel? Y'all think Rachel winning? Or do you think Rachel is losing? Because, baby, I don't know. I feel like it's a hot take to say that Rachel is losing this season, but I don't feel confident about Rachel right now because everyone is after her. Lee, is Rachel winning?
Rachel Riley is winning my heart.
I know that. Oh, okay.
That is what I will say. She's won me. And that's enough.
The chat is saying the Kingdom is winning this draft. The chat is saying we're winning. Queen, we won. The Kingdom is winning the draft. Y'all lost. Y'all
don't even believe that.
She's mother. Y'all
don't even believe that.
They all don't believe it. Well, so yeah, those are the people. Lee is losing this draft. Overall, bitch, I got the winner. Whether it's Adrian, whether it's Catherine, whether it's Will, bitch, anybody. I won. Lee, good luck. I feel good. You could win. You got Mickey. Oh, you still got that icon. Did y'all see her glowing? She be glowing. I love Mickey now.
Kingdom and Pharaoh about to tie for the number of drafts won.
Oh my God. It's always knocked me down to pay. I'm doing good and it still dragged me. Ciao. But yes, get into the other shit. Of course, get into Corey Wardenberger shit right after this if you want to, girl. Into the feeds, come on, whatever you want to do. Donate to Trevor Project, all that. Make sure you get into the schedule every Tuesday, every Wednesday, and every Thursday. We go live to talk about Big Brother. On Tuesdays, it's our live feed recap and player rating. We did one with Quinn last week. We will have a guest every single week, so make sure you're there and check out who the guest is. On Wednesdays, I will have a guest every single week for our TRK after show. For this week's after show, we have, boom, Jessica Milagros will be joining me for this week's after show. So make sure you use the hashtag Kingdom Speaks on Twitter, on Blue Sky. Add us as well. So that way I can ask Jessica Milagros the questions you might have for her or you might have throughout the week. Put a pin in the hashtag throughout the week because we're going to probably be discussing things that happen throughout this next week because it's not till next Wednesday. If you have any questions specifically for her, go ahead and ask those. And I will be asking her those questions next Wednesday. So get into that or whatever, honey. And then, of course, every single eviction episode, we do have our eviction breakdown on Thursdays. The challenge, yeah, that's here. It's coming. So there's that. And I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about the challenge. Get into the reality rewind. Send your vote. The link is in the description for one of these 10 shows for us to cover during our December reality rewind series where we go back and watch old reality shows. The options are Bad Girls Club New Orleans, Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 6, Flavor of Love Season 1, Celebrity Big Brother UK Season 17, Georgia Shore Season 2, BB Can 5, America's Next Top Model Cycle 6, Vanderpump Rules Season 1, Drag Race Season 5, or Dance Mom Season 4. The link is in the description to vote for one of these shows for us to cover for you guys, with you guys. Also, get into the Scripted Kingdom. I already did my review of Superman. It was cute. And of course, me and Lee are going to be going to see Fantastic Four very soon. So I will be doing a review of that very soon. So get into that. And thank you guys for keeping it real with the kingdom. We out. Bye.